Hello and welcome to the Hometown Church Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. My name is Jesse Roskamp, and today I am joined by my wonderful guest, Pastor Kitt Guerrier. How are you doing today, Kitt?
Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me, Jesse.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm really excited for you to be here. We're kind of going through like a little mini series here on the podcast. Here at Hometown, we have what we call our divine focus, right? And so these are 5 areas of intentionality that we want to have as a church, with ministries in particular. And something that we didn't talk about last week with our first episode with it, that Mike actually brought up after the recording, is that what these 5 areas really are for is to help us be better at our mission of right, as a church. We have this mission statement to make healthy disciples who passionately love Jesus and authentically love people, and so what this does is help us to be better at doing that. And so we've narrowed down our focus into 5 different areas. That's the Sunday experience, that's small groups, that's what we talked about last week. It's missions and outreach, it's teens and kids, and it's leadership development, which is what we're talking about today. And so you are our leadership development guy.
That's what I heard.
And so part of this is just kind of getting clarity and like helping people to understand this. And so I thought it'd be fun to just kind of have different people of that are in different roles and leadership within these areas of divine focus, and have them come on and talk about their role, what they're doing, why this is so important to us as a church. So where I want to start this conversation is with you and your role, because this is kind of something new for us. Over this last year, you've kind of transitioned into a new role with the church. So maybe we can start by just telling us a little bit about what your role was and what it is now, and how that's kind of changed, how your responsibilities have changed.
Yeah, it's crazy how we did not have a name for the role from the beginning. It was more like we were doing it without a name for it. One of the things that about a church is unique is that we believe in raising leaders within. And raising leaders within, which is good, but also they need to be equipped. So therefore, we were equipping in different ways. For example, I offered different leadership classes since I've been at the church. But it's been like, something that we do. But until we decided to laser focus on what we want to do, which is raising healthy disciples. And then it hits us, okay, we've been doing this, we believe in it. And then to raise leaders within, we have to equip. And so we decided, like I said before, laser focus on leadership development and say, okay, let's put our money where our mouth is. So that's what we did. And that's come out, hey, Kitt, why don't you do this thing? And then we actually, a couple years ago, we kind of did a leadership course for our leaders. We call it LDC, Leadership Development Community. We tried that. We tried it for 3 years. And then they're like, it worked. So from low scale level, we've been doing it. And LDC, Leadership Development Community, it's a bigger scale level. And then that's what spin around. And then like, okay, let's think about divine focus. And it's from that group we developed the divine focus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that was something that stemmed out of that from conversations there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how has your responsibilities kind of changed? Because you carry a lot of different roles at the church, and from teaching, and you were leading teens to now this leadership development role. How has your responsibilities kind of shifted? Like, where was it, and then how is it different now?
It was, tapping in, oh, we need this, we'll do this. There was no concentration on it.
Okay.
My concentration was on the teen world, and in my teaching role, and then tapping in the leadership thing here and there. So now, since I do not have the teen role anymore, leadership development become my main role, one of my main roles, that now I put all my attention into that role. Figure out ways to continue to develop leaders who passionate love Jesus and authentically love people. And when we use disciples and leaders, kind of like a similar concept. Mm-hmm. So therefore, that's the leaders that we want to raise. So now my full attention into that role.
Okay. Yeah. So what kind of things are you hoping to kind of accomplish in this new role? Like how is that going to play out?
Well, yeah. And again, remember what we talked about before. We are unique church who believe in raising within. So therefore, to raise within, you have to continue develop leaders. And my goal, or our goal, I should say, is that we want to create a pipeline. That's the best way to say it. A pipeline that will always have leaders. Whenever there's a need, there's a leader to fill that need. Mm-hmm. And so that's the goal. It's to create this pipeline where we have leaders who fully develop, who fully skills for the job, whatever the job is. We don't know. We don't know what the job could be 2 weeks from now, or 6 months from now. But the question is, do we have someone who's capable, able, and available to take care of that need? So if you have that someone, and the need just jumped at you or knocked on your door. See, the problem that we have, I'm just going to go off here a little bit. The problem that we have, a lot of organizations have, when there's a need knock on your door, either we say, hey, wait a minute, let me go prepare for it. Mm-hmm. Well, we know what tends to happen. The need's going to get greater and greater. And sometimes we call it opportunities. Opportunities knock on your door. You're not going to tell opportunity, wait, let me go get ready for it. But if we prepared for whatever the needs might be or the opportunities might be, once the opportunity knocked or the needs knocked, we are ready for it.
Yeah.
So that's the concept of the pipeline.
Yeah. So how do you go about we'll start with, how do you go about identifying those people that you want to prepare for those roles? Like we're going about trying to get people ready so that when the opportunities come, we have people to put into these roles. How do you go about identifying those people?
I'm glad you asked this question. I think Mike was here last week, our last episode, and probably Mike talked about discipleship development. Mm-hmm. Okay, our leadership development is through discipleship development. The way that we raise leaders, we have guys who have the skills to do certain things. Well, we're gonna spend time with these guys, invest in them, right?
Yeah.
Get them prepared for whatever it is ahead. But now those guys, what they do, they're going to look at, oh, there's another guy that I know. So my job as that guy, I just got trained by another leader. My job is to train someone else. So that is that discipleship development that we have throughout the church. And through our leadership development, we're using the same concept. Is that how do we identify these people? Is you raising other leaders to raise other leaders. See, that's the pipeline. The pipeline was just, you don't just raise me. I'm just sitting down waiting for a job. No, you raise me. I'm raising other leaders. And these other leaders constantly raising other leaders. In other words, discipling other leaders. Help developing their skills, their character, that needed for the job ahead.
Yeah, that's good. So what kind of tools are we implementing to equip that leadership development? Like what kind of things are we working with? Do we have curriculum that we're going through? Are we developing another LDC? Is it through kind of like leadership overnights? What's the kind of plan there and the tools that we're using?
Yes. Tools, we don't have like a specific tools. Like, for example, when you go to school and to get a degree in leadership, you have a certain book that you go through, certain books you read. It's the same concept. We got to look at what are some resources out there. What are some books that are there that talks about leadership? And that's what we are doing. We're looking at what resources that's out there. And then, for example, a Divine Focus. A Divine Focus was a book that we read together in the LDC, that we brought that book to the LDC as a resource to go through with the class. And that's how we develop that concept. It's the same way that whenever I'm working with someone, whatever the skills that person might need at that specific time, we're trying to find resources or book that fit that need to help that person grow within that need. I remember you and I, maybe about 2 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
We talked about leadership development, you and I. And then one of the things, we find a book that you and I went through together.
Yeah.
And that book was not just how to be a better leader. It wasn't just that. It's that specific skills that we need as leaders to lead others. So that's kind of what.
Yeah, so it's kind of personalized.
Personalized
based on the person that you're raising up.
Yes. Yeah. And also you talk about, would there be another LDC?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, it's not fully set yet, but one thing that I will say, we'll call it LDC 2.0.
Yeah.
So LDC 2.0, there are three things that we might focus on. Once again, we raise within. So one of the things that we have to focus on is in our theology, what we believe in. All right. The second set we're going to look at, it's character and skills. So those are the three things that we're going to look at with the next LDC.
Sweet. Yeah. Do you have like a timeline in mind of when you're hoping to get to that point, or is it just kind of still very much in the development process?
Still in the development process.
Yeah.
First thing first, we got to look at what's our what the church, where we going as a church for the next 3 to 5 years. What's the goal is.
Yeah.
We know what our mission is. That mission's not going to change.
Right.
So what is the new goal for us that fit that mission for the next 5 years? And then that'll determine when we need to start LDC 2.0.
Yeah. So is that kind of like along the lines, we've had our 2025 vision.
Yes.
And now we're getting to the end of that, and we'll see where we got with those goals. Are we kind of reevaluating what are our next goals? What do we want to do for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
And kind of we'll make a plan that fits that.
That
but it's
fits
all
that.
still going to be in alignment with that mission to make healthy disciples.
Exactly. I couldn't say it any better.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, that's really exciting. Yeah. I also wanted to talk just a little bit more in general on your thoughts on leadership. And one of those things is like, how do we define leadership? Like what exactly is it? What are we talking about when we're thinking about leadership?
Oh, wow. That's a big question, but let's first started this way.
Mm-hmm.
What leadership is not.
Mm.
Right? Before we talk about what it is, let's look at what it is not. Well, two things I found out in life what leadership is not. First, leadership is not position.
Mm.
Okay? We know that. And leadership is not power. Now, do you need both? Yes. The question is, yes, you need power, you need position, but leadership is not. Like people might listen and say, dude, now you're confusing me. We need something.
Yeah.
And you said it is not. Well, when you hired by an organization, automatically this organization puts you in a position, and that position gives you power. Power to execute, power to hired, power to fired. All right? And those are great in leadership.
Mm.
But leadership is not just those two things, power and position.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another way to look at it. I could have power. I could have position, but I'm not leading.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So leadership, it's about one way to look at leadership is about maintaining followers.
Mm.
All right? So if I'm not leading anybody, I'm not a leader. If nobody's following me, I'm not leading anybody. So therefore, I have to be able to maintain followers.
Hmm.
Well, power and position could do that in a way, right? Well, my power would say, hey, you're going to follow me or else. So if you work for me and I say, do this, you're going to do it for two reasons. Reason one, I'm going to talk about. Reason two, I'm going to save for what leadership is for later, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, you're going to do it because, hey, if I don't do it, I'll get fired.
Mm. It's like fear.
It's a fear.
Yeah.
My position, because of my position over you, and that position was given to me not by you, by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because that someone else give me that position over you, that authority over you, or that power over you, you have to obey it. All right? That's one way.
Mm-hmm.
But you could decide to do the job. I don't want to get fired. I'm going to do the job. And you don't put your best into the job. And then we also see this, people with power doesn't mean I'm leading. People could revolt against my power. We've seen that happen.
Mm.
Then if leadership is not power, if leadership is not position, what is it? Well, the gurus out there, like the guys like John Maxwell and the rest of the gurus out there would say this: leadership is influence.
Mm.
Let me give you an example. And I use this example all the time. Imagine with me, we're just playing this, all right? We're playing this example. Imagine the most powerful man in the world call you at nighttime and say, Jesse, I'm on Highway 35 right now. I have a flat tire. Could you come and help me? And you're looking at the time, it's like 3:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's either you like, man, someone playing tricks on me?
Yeah.
This most powerful man must have other people. But why this person calling me? You might say that. All right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we playing this game here, this story here, if we playing it out, you probably say, man, it's 3:00 in the morning, man.
Yeah.
The most powerful man in the world. That's it. It's the president
Mm-hmm.
of the United States. Call you. Or you might get up and go because he's authority. Or you might say, dude, there's no way I'm getting out of bed. Mm-hmm. Let's leave that right here for now. Let's speak up another scenario. At 3 o'clock in the morning, your phone rings. You pick it up. It's your mother. Jesse, I'm on 35W right now. I have a flat. I don't have a spare. Could you come and help? What do you do, Jesse?
Get up and go.
Why? There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Now, we're looking at the president of the United States, have all the power in the world. Imagine your mom called the president of the United States and said, hey, I need this from you. Like, dude, who are you? Mm-hmm. Your mom has no power, no position. But you'll get up at 3 in the morning to go help your mom over the most powerful man in the universe. The difference is your mom has influence over you, while the other does not have influence over you. He has power. He has position. But his influence is not enough to push you.
Yeah.
While your mom who has no power over the world, no power over the United States, but your mom have enough influence to push you. So the difference is when we have power, when we have position, which is good, but our power and position give us enough time to influence. If we don't use that time, our power and position give us to influence, we'll lose it. We'll lose influence. Therefore, if you lose influence, you lose your power and you lose your position. You end up a man sitting behind a desk with no power, no position, no influence. Is the worst place to be. So leadership, it's not about power. It's not about position. It's influence. So that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah. So how do we gain influence then?
Well, there's a lot of places we could go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Simple. To gain influence, we have to serve. Simple.
Yeah.
So the reason your mom has so much influence in you, because she puts so much into your bank account. In other words, she put so much in the bank account, she could withdraw.
Yeah.
She served you. She loves you. She take care of you. She feeds you. And all these things, that's what built the influence. And then we've seen this example of Christ. He came not to be served, but to serve us. When to gain influence, we have to become servant. So now is the key. When we're raising leaders, and this leader, I pour into this leader, and this leader will pour into other leaders. And this other leader will pour into other leaders. These other leaders will pour. You see how the ripple effect?
Yeah.
It's this pouring, it's this serving. That's what create influence.
Yeah.
And when I have influence, I don't need power because I gain power. Now, here's the key about this influential power. Remember what I said before. I said the power that it was given to me by the organization who hired me. Now, when I have influence, this power is given to me by that person. You see the difference?
Yeah.
This person gave me authority over their lives. then when I ask this person to do something, that person's not going to do it because I'm afraid to get fired. This person going to do it because I have given Kitt authority over me. Therefore, it's a joy to do what he asked me to do. That, my friend, is influence.
That's good. Yeah. I think the hardest part about that is maintaining influence once you have it. I remember going through a book in college during some leadership development, some discipleship, and it was actually a secular book. I can't remember exactly the title, but I think it was called like The Contrarian's Guide to Leadership or something like that. But it was written from the perspective, from a secular perspective, and this is exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the things that gain you influence, that make you a strong leader, are usually the opposite of what we think of when it comes to leadership. It's usually service. It's empathy, your ability to relate with people. And so where the struggle comes in is once you've gained that position, once you've gained that power through the influence, through doing those things that are kind of contrary to what we think of when it comes to leadership, we tend to lose our ability to we lose those things that gave us that influence in the first place. We become less empathetic when we get in positions of power. We become less able to relate to people. We become less servant-minded and more power-minded, you know? And so it becomes very tough for us to hold on to that.
Right.
We just start to lose it immediately because the position that we're put in. So how do we maintain that influence as we gain position and power?
Well, the thing that we have to continue to remember is what we just talked about. Leadership is not about power. It's not about position.
Yeah.
If I have that on my head, and it's going to help me to continue to serve, because it's not about power, because I could lose my power. I could lose that power. Remember, the power, the organization gave me power through my position. Remember what I said? That power that was given to me through my position provide me enough time to build the relationships to serve, to gain your influence. The goal is to maintain your influence. How do I maintain your influence? And so remember, my position is not by power. It's about the influence the authority that you gave me over your life. Therefore, my job is simple. It's to continue to serve you. And putting you, the way I serve you is to figure out ways to elevate you and always put you in a position to win. And if I could do that,
yeah,
I maintain your influence through life. Now he's the key here. The key here it's you continue giving me authority over you. And me continue to serve you and always putting you in a position to win, elevate you all the time. So for me, the key to my leadership is for me to always put myself out of a job. See, this power struggle, if you want to remain in that job, you're going to have power struggle. For me, my key is to put myself out of the job, always. In other words, to elevate people, to influence people, elevate them to replace me, to do the job that I'm doing. Therefore, I have to figure out what's another job to do.
Kind of feels like an unsafe place to be.
Unsafe place to be, but you know what? It's the best place to be.
Yeah. I think, and I mean, because as we're having this conversation, I'm just constantly thinking about the leadership principles that Jesus talks about, right? Of, I think of like the conversation he has with James and John when they come and ask him to be seated at his right and left, and he's like, that's not how this is working, right? Like, if you want to be a leader in my kingdom, you're going to serve, right? Like the Gentiles, they lord their leadership over each other, but I come to serve. And you will serve if that's what you want. That like the last will be first, the first will be last. And so this is all just wrapped up into what Jesus was talking about. And you think about like Jesus, and just kind of tying it back to what you're talking about of like working himself out of a job. That's what Jesus did. He worked himself out of a job.
Exactly.
and it was an unsafe place to be because it got him killed. Like eventually he ran out of a space to be. And but he was constantly elevating those around him and enabling them to do the job that he was there to do.
Yes. And here's the beauty. Since you're in this Jesus, you go into the Jesus concept here, that servanthood part, it's beauty. Remember, sometimes we forget who Jesus is or was during that time. Jesus is the Son of God. He has all the power. He was, he is, and he is to come. That means he has eternal power. He did not need these 11 dudes. 12, but what happened to one?
Yeah.
He did not need them. But the question, why did he pick them? And here's a crazy thing for you. And I remember when we're talking about influence, elevating people, putting people in position to win. Remember when Jesus sent those two guys 2 by 2? And he said to them, don't take this, don't take that, don't take this, don't take that. But Jesus, first of all, we're going somewhere without you. If you there, we don't need to take these things. But Jesus said, don't take this, don't take that, don't take that. See, Jesus was giving those guys, hey, there's a trust thing here. I trust you. You trust me. It's a trust thing here. I trust you. You trust me. I trust you enough to elevate you, to put you in position to win. In other words, you're going to be able to do the things that I call you to do. In the process, you have to trust me. That I give you the power to do the things that I call you to do. That's a trust thing. An elevation thing. That shows Jesus. Jesus elevate them. And then the elevation simply means Jesus trusts them to do the work. So in other words, that the question you had asked earlier about how do we maintain influence, we maintain influence through trust. Once that trust, so once you do not trust me, or I violate that trust, we're losing the influence. And here's how Jesus put it in John, and not in John, in Matthew 5:13. You are the salt of the earth. You are influencing the earth. But when salt loses its saltiness, it can be salty again.
That's good. Yeah. I haven't thought about that from the leadership perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember what we talked about earlier. Leadership is what? It's influence. Salt is what? Influence. Light is what? Influence. So in other words, what Jesus was telling you is telling me that you are the leaders of the earth. You are the leaders of the world. Because you have influence. You have a way that it could influence the world. If I'm influencing you, that means I could get you from point A to point B. If I could do that, I'm influencing you. Therefore, I am leading you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that stems out of the Beatitudes too, right? Of
Exactly.
like who are these people?
Who are these?
It's the poor in spirit.
The poor in spirit.
It's those who mourn. It's the meek. It's the
Meek.
peacemakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what these people have in common? All of them are servants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're all the lowly and the forgotten. Yeah.
They are servant. My job is to serve you. In the process, so I'm serving you. In the process, I'm gaining influence. Mm-hmm. Influence simply means you are giving me authority over your life. Mm-hmm. Let me give you an example. As one of my coach, I don't even know him by his first name. I know him by last name. Coach Harvard. Know him by last name. That dude has so much influence in my life. If he come in today and tell me, Kitt, can you mop my floor? Can you clean my bathroom? I'll do it without question asked. Why is that? If my old boss come tell me, we're talking about during my boss in high school, come and tell me, hey, no. Well, I'm doing it for one and not doing it for the other. This simply means one influences me more than anyone else. That's the beauty of influence.
Yeah.
Influence is for life, not for 2 years, not for 5 years. That's why when I say leaders is not just positional authority, because positional authority is not for life. Mm-hmm. But during that position that I have over you, that buy me enough time to influence you, then I could lead you for life.
Yeah. That's good. So why is leadership something that's so important to us as a church? And I think we're kind of working our way there of this idea of influence, because sometimes it can feel almost I don't know, it can feel almost wrong to like seek influence, you know, like having a desire to be influential, then mixing with Jesus' teachings about like the first shall be last and last shall be first and all this stuff. And so it can kind of feel like almost a wrong desire to have, to want to be in positions of leadership, to want to have influence. But why is that something that's so important to us?
Well, let's put it this way. Do you want to, the question that I would have to anybody ask me this question before I answer it, I'll ask that person, do you want to live in chaos? Everybody will respond or answer this question, no. Nobody wants to live in chaos. But that's what you have without leadership. Proverbs says this: without vision, people perish. You know, like, okay, what vision? Who give visions? Leaders. There's a crazy verse in the book of Judges. He said, in those days, Israel was without king. Everybody does what was pleased to them. When you don't have someone leading you, you do whatever you want. When you don't have no authority over you, you become your own authority. You do whatever seems right in your own eyes. That's chaos.
Yeah.
Because what's right in your own eyes might not be right in my own eyes. Therefore, I do what's right in my own eyes. You do what's right in your own eyes. Someone else do what's right. And then you have 7 billion people doing what's right in their own eyes. That's chaos. That's why leadership is important. Leadership is a way to bring order into chaos.
That's good. Yeah.
And we do that not by power, not by position, through influence. Because my job is to take you from point A to point B through my influential power.
Yeah.
That you have given me over time.
Yeah. That's good. That makes me think. I think we've had a similar conversation in the past, and it was something that I kind of held on to, and I can't remember exactly how you phrased it. But we talked about this like desire for influence, and when we stop thinking about leadership as power and position, but we think about it as influence, and how we gain influence is through this servant mind, right? This servant heart, right? This having that mindset of I need to serve people. And we talked about how you can't fake that. Like you can't shortcut that. You can't like say, actually, I want the position and the power, so I'm going to serve people in order to gain this thing. Because then once you've gained it, and then that kind of comes back to what we talked about earlier, you're going to lose it.
Yep.
If that's what you're after all along, you don't get influence and that lasts by trying to shortcut the system.
And Jesus put it a different way. Okay. Yeah. Whenever we're going after something that's ungodly, that's selfish, we're going to lose it. But if I'm going to go after something that's eternal, which is serving you for the eternal good, to advance the kingdom, we're going to gain something way better. Gain something way better. So that's the beauty when I'm thinking about leadership. That's the beauty of influence. It's not to create shortcut. It's to create long-term relationships where I'll continue to be a servant to whomever and elevate this person so that person could continue to grow and advance the kingdom. And then I lose a position. That's okay. Then I find another position. Because guess what? Remember what we say? It's not about position. It's not about power. It's about influence.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine with me, you sit in the classroom. In the classroom, you have your classmate, you chat with your classmate. There's a specific person in the classroom you decided that I'm going to influence or I'm going to disciple. Okay? You work with that person. Okay? And let's say you are 20 when this is happening. 30 years later, that person is 50, you're 50, and that person's become the president of the United States. And that person will say something like this in the podium, says something like this: you know what? I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the help of Jesse Roskamp. And you sitting in the back or listening to his comment to the whole world, what do you say? What do you do? How do you feel?
I probably feel a little awkward. Like, oh, don't talk about me.
Yeah. You probably feel awkward, but nevertheless, you plant a seed. You influence this guy in such a way that help him raise to that position that he's in. Now, here's someone you influence, get to influence the world.
Yeah.
Let's go back to what we're talking about, Jesus' influence. Jesus picked those guys. You and I are going to look at those guys like my favorite name to those guys, my nickname to them, knuckleheads. Jesus, you and I would not pick those guys, but Jesus decided to influence these guys in ways. Why? Because Jesus knows he's going to influence them. In return, this guy's going to influence the world. That's what he talked to the James and his brother. No, dude, it's not about position. Influence is not position. Influence is not about power. I mean, leadership is not about power. Leadership is not about position. It's about influence. And these guys influence the world. You and I having this conversation because we have been influenced by these guys. 2,000 years plus later.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is wild.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah. I think that goes to speak a little bit about the importance of authenticity too, right? Like we're learning from their mistakes, we're being influenced by their mistakes, and the transparency to share those mistakes.
Yes.
And to learn from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the beauty of influence.
Yeah. So you've got these two principles for leadership. Two fundamental principles, what you call them.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Character is one of them. Skills is the other. And I believe those two are the two fundamental of leadership. You got to have both. You got to have both. So think about a man full of character. Great man. A great person, man or woman, of character. No skills. That person will drain your organization. Your organization will never be elevated. But go the other way. You got a man or woman, great skills, no character. That's disaster.
Yeah.
And we've seen it in our world today. Sometimes we elevated one over the other. And that's why, to me, and I said it's foundational. Both of them are foundational. But the beauty of those two, character and skills, you could grow in them. You could grow in them. You could grow your character to become better persons of character. You could grow your skills to be better persons of skills. And John Maxwell have this thing that he call it a lid. Okay? When it comes to skills and character, all right, you have a lid. And I would say you do not have a cap. A cap means that's it. We cap it right there. We close it. A lid could always grow. Imagine this, you popping popcorn. And as the popcorn popping up, what happened to the lid? It just raising up the lid. So we all could raise our lid in our leadership character and our leadership skills. The crazy thing is for us to continue to get better, to raise the lid in our character and in our skills. So that's why I think character and skill is the foundational of leadership.
Yeah.
You don't have either one, you will fail.
That's good. And it's making me think of just like the qualifications that we see for an elder in 2 Timothy and in Titus. Because the list from 2 Timothy, it must be above reproach, husband of one wife, sober-minded, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not a drunkard, not violent, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not a lover of money. He must manage his own household well with all dignity, keeping his children submissive, right? And so we get this long list, and it's very like character-focused, but there is sprinkles of skill in there, because skill is like the ability to carry out. Yeah. And so like we see these things like able to teach. That's a skill.
That's a skill.
Managing your household well.
That's a skill.
That's a skill. Like so, we can forget about the character because we see someone who's so talented at being able to teach. They are so good at getting people to do something, mobilizing people, but they don't have any character in that. That organization is going to fall apart, right? Because everything done in the dark will be brought to the light, right?
Exactly.
And so we see that a lot, I think, today in a lot of churches where we have these hugely influential, charismatic leaders who don't have any character, and so then everything falls apart. But then you have these other churches with men where we can overemphasize the character aspect and say, well, this guy's got great character, but he has no ability to teach. He has no ability to manage his household well. Like everything's in chaos. Everything's disordered. He can't actually carry out anything that he wants to do. But he's a good man.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
But it's that marriage of both.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love coaching.
Yeah.
And coaching, you always recruiting. You could recruit a player full of skills, no character, and he's going to bring you down. And you could get a player full of character, no skills. You're not going to win anything. So therefore, you have to have the players who have both. So you could, be the type of team that people look at your team and say, hey, this is a team of character. Oh, those guys have skills too. So when we're looking at our church, our leadership development, we got to look at those two things. Now, if you would ask me which one is better than both, I would say character trumps skills because there's certain things you could learn. One of the other reasons that I would say character trumps skills is because as a leader, it is my responsibility to look at the skills that person have to put that person in the right position. Remember, my goal is to put everybody in a position to win, to put that person in the right position to win, according to the skills that he has or she has. Character, that's what get you into the door. Without it, you're not going to get into the door. And then I got to figure out what skills that you have, and then now placing you in the position. As a coach, as a football coach, you cannot come to me, you cannot throw the ball and to tell me you want to be a quarterback. Doesn't matter how big is your character. Well, my job is hey, this person's have great character. This person might not be a quarterback. That person might be a tight end. Or that person, might be in the line. So therefore, we got to figure out what skills you have to put you in the right position to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. I think that's really good. Yeah. So what? As we're kind of getting to the end here, wrapping up this conversation a little bit. We've talked about it a little bit, but maybe summarize a little bit of what the future holds for leadership development at Hometown.
And again, to develop leaders who would develop leaders. Create that pipeline. That pipeline just simply means that I'm a leader. I'm in line for the next thing. No. I got developed. My job is to find someone else to develop. Because, and again, when it comes time to put people in position, we have enough leaders to do that because we are constantly developing leaders who are able to develop other leaders. Yeah. It's a cycle.
Yeah. That's good.
That's the future.
Yeah. I think it's very much needed, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really really hopeful for it. I'm really thankful that we got you in this position to be cultivating that. So thank you for that. Is there any last final thoughts that you'd like to share?
No, thank you for inviting me to be here, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah,
chat about leadership. I love chatting about leadership.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm really. It's infectious the amount of enthusiasm you have for it. So I really appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate this conversation. And I hope this conversation influences other people to think about leadership and to think about what their role is in the future and how they can be a part of that. So thank you for being here again. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been really fun to have these conversations, and I'm really looking forward to the future of these conversations. Next week we're gonna bring on Tom McManus, who is taking over your role. He's the guy who worked you out of worked
me out of a job,
out of your teens job. So Tom is the new guy overseeing the teens ministry. So he's going to come on next to talk about just everything going on there. And so I'm really looking forward to that conversation as we kind of continue this series going forward. But for now, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions or thoughts or anything that you want to reach out to us with, you can do that at podcast@hometownchurch.com. But for now, we'll see you next time. See you guys.
See you.